Skies with a high of 83. Rainfall amounts of a quarter to a half inch of rain today. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms are likely, mainly before 1 in the morning. Overnight low of 68, 80% chance of rain, southwest wind up to 25 miles per hour, and another quarter to half an inch of rain is possible overnight. Sunday's weather, partly sunny, gradually becoming fully sunny with a high of 80 degrees. Monday, sunshine and 79. Tuesday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Before that, partly sunny with a high of 80 degrees. Wednesday, an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms possible in the afternoon. High of 83. Thursday, partly sunny and 82. And next Friday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 84 degrees.
Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, the temperature is 75 degrees.
This is the one and only ON Radio.
ON Worldwide.
Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin, Rhode Island's only local sports talk show on Saturday mornings. Like that, only, Pat. That's we're it.
On Saturday mornings.
On Saturday mornings at
right.
9 o'clock. I'm Kevin Callahan, and as always, joined by my co-host and friend, Mr. Pat Holland. Top of the morning to you, Pat. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Busy week?
Very busy.
Enjoy the smoke that we got in on Wednesday and Thursday of this?
It was. I felt like I was filming on the set of Dune.
Yeah. Exactly. It was very, very eerie out there. May have a little effect on the game tomorrow. They're saying we can get more into that. The World Cup game tomorrow. I don't know what they can do is other than maybe switch the time around, but we can talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. I have to issue my first apology of the year to the Boston Red Sox as a whole. I apologize. There, I said it. Now. They better not make me eat those words. I was one of the ones that gave up on them. They sucked me back in. Even the 9-game winning streak before the All-Star break, it didn't completely suck me back in because they beat the Angels, the White Sox, and the Mets. And those teams aren't. The White Sox are like 500. They're not great teams, though 9 games on the road is impressive, and I was very happy. However, a doubleheader sweep yesterday over Tampa Bay just kind of. Well, it sucked me back in. I'm all in. They are now tied for the final wild card spot.
You're giddy.
I'm back in, baby.
You got me in.
Let's go. They got me in.
You're buying your tied for last wild card spot.
Yes, T-shirts. And
Shag.
Exactly. Can't wait. They're tied with was it Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yep. They're both at 500 right now. So they are tied. I mean, very impressive what they've done. Their 11-game winning streak.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. Their longest winning streak in history was 15 games in 1946. They did 12 in 1988, Morgan Magic, I believe, and 11 they tied in 1986 as well. So this is their third longest in history. So wow, just incredible start here to start off the second half of the year, and
we'll take it.
We'll take it
for a much better summer.
Yes.
That's for sure, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we had the World Cup this year, but
right, but now
the
World Cup is
it
finishing.
It would have been rough.
Exactly. So, all right. So we're gonna get into the Red Sox a lot more in the next segment of the show. But yeah, I think I am giddy. They, at home, they're the best road team in the league. They have not been impressive at home at all.
They were pretty impressive yesterday.
I'm back in. But much more on the Red Sox a bit later on in the show. For now, as we always do, let's go around Rhode Island and New England. Let's get you caught up. College basketball making some news around here. College basketball news: Brown University hoops coach Mike Martin leaving after 13 years. And what a job he got. He's going to be the assistant coach on Mike Boynton's staff at Michigan. That would be the reigning champion Michigan team. To go from Brown under 500 to the assistant coach at Michigan, wow, that's a major step up. And right now, former URI star and assistant Brown coach Tyson Wheeler has been named the interim head coach while Brown starts their search. The only thing there, believe it or not, it's actually getting a little late. With the recruiting, colleges are beginning, the orientations have happened. I would just, they haven't asked me, but I would just give Tyson Wheeler the job for this year with all the recruiting, and he knows the kids that are coming in. and he's been around for a few years as well.
Yeah,
so,
it would make sense. That's you would think that is a natural progression for him
to bring somebody else
especially
in.
College.
You risk losing some people that you brought in for the sake of continuity. A lot of times the assistant coach does most of the recruiting anyway.
Right.
So
different beast in the Ivy League, right?
For sure. Absolutely. So,
anyway.
Well, good luck to Tyson Wheeler. Hopefully he gets named the head coach and they can take that interim label off of him.
Yeah, in American Legion Baseball, Upper Deck Post 14, who plays out of Cumberland and Lincoln, is currently riding a 5-game win streak, improving to 17-4 overall, 13-2 in league play after a doubleheader sweep Thursday at West Warwick Post 2, which is good for second place behind Post 39 out of South Kingstown. Upper Deck has 3 games remaining, Monday at Howard Rogers in Pawtucket. They play at Max Reed Field, and Tuesday a doubleheader at Cardines Field in Newport versus R&R Construction. Playoffs begin shortly thereafter.
And over in the NECBL, the Newport Gulls currently sit in third place with a 20-13-1 record, and the Ocean State Waves are in last place with an 11-22 record. The Gulls are at home at Cardines this week, Monday at 6:35. Tuesday, a weird 2 o'clock game in the afternoon. Last time I saw them have an afternoon midweek game, it was part of like a day-night doubleheader. There is no night game. So Tuesday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if you're in the Newport area, swing by Cardines. Wednesday and Friday as well with 6:35 starts. The Waves were supposed to play the Mystic Schooners today. That game's been postponed. The Waves are at Old Mountain Field Tuesday and Thursday with 6:30 starts. In the MLB draft, one of the reasons why we always talk about the NECBL, how good it is. In the MLB draft that just took place last week, a grand total of 42 current and former NECBL players were drafted, including an Ocean State Wave player from 2 years ago, Hughes, who went number 17 overall to the Astros in the first round. So you got your Cape Cod League is number one.
The standard. Yep.
This is right below it. Basically, it's the first guys off the bench in Division I as freshmen and sophomores before they go to the Cape League as a junior, or you get maybe lower level D1 starters. 75% of the league is Division I college baseball players. It's a great league. So if you get a chance, season wraps up at the end of July and playoffs are in early August. So if you get a chance, get down to Old Mountain Field or over the Cardines Field.
And the Worcester Red Sox, after completing their homestand last Sunday, enjoyed a 4-day off break this past week. Resuming play last night in Scranton, they dropped a 7-6 decision. They will finish their weekend set at Scranton before coming home next week versus Jacksonville with a 6:45 midweek start and one special matinee beginning at 12:05 on Thursday. We've been following Christian Campbell all year. It seems like he is on the trade block for sure. He's hitting currently .220. He's listed as a right fielder in the Boston Red Sox on July 14th, traded for Detroit Tigers outfielder Jahmai Jones for the famous player to be named later. For Detroit, Jones in 57 games had 105 plate appearances, is hitting .137, .219 OBP. He did hit .287 last year with 150 plate appearances, but just shows how far Campbell has sunk after signing that huge contract last year. And from what I understand, Jones does hit very well against left-handed pitching.
Does he? Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah, it's. They have to keep him in Boston.
Yep.
He's out of options going down to Worcester. But just on the surface, just looking at the numbers, to trade for a guy that's hitting .137, no matter how good he is against lefties, and with a .219 on base, where you have a guy, I forgot how much Campbell's making down there. I think it's $8 million a year.
Yeah,
in Worcester,
not cheap.
No, not cheap. Which it just tells me that's why I put him on the trading block. I haven't heard this from the Red Sox. But to not even entertain to bring him up at all.
Right.
And this has happened a couple of times, this year. With Sogard coming up, whether Campbell's a second baseman or right field or wherever, they are going out of their way not to bring him up. And we joked on Mickey Gaspar back on May 5th, and then Campbell took a nosedive. But something's going on, and I don't know if they.
To be fair, there's also been rumors out there that Duran might be on the trade block too. So
right.
Bring in this guy, move Duran for a piece, whatever that piece is. potentially.
And we'll get into some Red Sox buyers or sellers. 2 weeks ago they were selling. Maybe now they're buying. So we'll see. So, all right, over to some local soccer action. RIFC back in action tonight. I know this is a league game. This one counts. It's not for a cup. It's not for whatever. It's a league game against rival Hartford FC beginning at 7:30 at Centerville Bank. So I looked at the standings. Right now, top 8 make the playoffs. RIFC sitting in 9th. They're right behind Hartford by a couple points. So not that it's must-win time of the year in that league, but these are some important points if you want to get back or stay in that playoff hunt. So RIFC at Centerville Bank tonight, 7:30, beautiful Centerville Bank Stadium. And MLS is back after their 6-week layoff. They began the other night. The Revolution have not started back. They will be back in action this Wednesday, the 22nd, when they host on their turf field at the newly named Gillette Stadium.
Right, the stadium formerly known as Boston Stadium.
Exactly, beginning at 7:30. Quick thoughts on going from the grass back to the turf field. I'm sure the MLS guys, the football guys, aren't happy. And do you have any thoughts either way on the turf versus the grass? No, that's why you're the best partner in the business.
I think most guys would prefer to play on the grass,
right?
The sod. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's the maintenance side of things.
Right. The reason why it was switched, I think, back in 2006. Anyway, was because of come November. I mean, they
were re-turfing it anyway.
You can't just keep bringing in new grass. It has to. I don't know much about it, but you still have to have some roots to grow it a little bit. There's no place to grow it even outside the stadium, and then just roll it in and come October, November, and then you got.
I mean, up in the Northeast, you can't do that.
Right.
In Arizona, you can.
Exactly.
And that's what I think Arizona has, that field that they can roll out.
Yep.
It gets the natural sunlight.
Yes.
And then it doesn't. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention there is another big game at Centerville Bank tomorrow.
Okay.
Boston Legacy, the NWSL team, is playing the Washington Spirit. Trinity Rodman is the star of the league. She plays for Washington, and the Legacy is riding a 3-game unbeaten streak coming back home. So they play tomorrow at Centerville Bank. I think it's a 7 p.m. start. If you get tickets, you can get in and watch the World Cup final in the stadium on the big screen.
Which begins at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So
3 o'clock.
The gates must be open at 3
I only
then.
know that because my wife and daughter are going to the game. So. And I do follow it.
I do follow it. I did notice that they had they started off the year, I think, like one tie against like 8 or 9 losses. And
they're getting there.
They've been playing better lately.
They moved up to 12th, so they're just four spots outside of the playoffs right now. So.
All right. No, and they're playing 4 or 5 games at Centerville Bank in Pawtucket this year. This is at least their second or third, I believe.
I think this will be their third.
Third, okay. So they got a few more, and my understanding is they're actually drawing fairly well, like 4,000 or 5,000 is what I've been told. I have not been there to see that in action. So, all right. So we're going to be up against our first break. When we come back, we're going to just jump right into the Boston Red Sox again, riding an 11-game win streak, which basically puts them third all time against themselves in winning streaks. But more importantly than the winning streak, they're back in it. So we'll talk some World Cup as well. Big game actually today. If you care about the bronze medal game, I'm sure Miami's hoping that people do care and sell out. That's why they're hosting the game today at 5. But we want to hear from you. If you have any World Cup thoughts, Red Sox thoughts, or any other thoughts on your mind, give us a call. 401-766-1240. You are listening on ON Worldwide here on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
Your certified Buick GMC dealer serving drivers throughout Woonsocket and the surrounding areas is Tasca Buick GMC. At Tasca, you'll find a solid selection of new Buick GMC models, as well as a carefully inspected lineup of pre-owned vehicles. They also have a well-connected finance center run by a qualified team of finance experts who can help you get the right loan or lease in a quick, easy, and transparent manner. Tasca Buick GMC, 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Visit TascaBuickGMC.com. Tasca Buick GMC. You will be satisfied.
At North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care, you'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who'll diagnose your minor illness or injury. Their services include treatment for flu, fractures, rashes, ITU infections, and work-related injuries, plus physicals, vaccinations, and drug screening. North Smithfield Urgent Care, Great Road, North Smithfield, and Lincoln Urgent Care, Wake Robin Road, Lincoln. X-ray and lab on premises.
Since 1948, their motto has been to give every customer the very best in quality service, as well as attention to detail. And that promise continues today at Michaud's Auto Body, a modern 5-stall facility with the latest in technology. Whenever you have time, please check their website at MichaudAutoBody.com and take a short video tour of their modern facility. It's very interesting. Michaud's Auto Body on Privilege Street, Woonsocket, a second-generation family business. 769-1983.
Bringing over 3 decades of experience to every home improvement project, Moran Corporation, formerly A.J. Moran, combined traditional craftsmanship with modern techniques to deliver results that stand the test of time. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5, Moran Corporation has seasoned firewood for just $165 for half a cord and $300 for a full cord of wood. And what better place to put that firewood than a new fireplace made out of veneer stone with granite mantles. Contact Jack Moran at 781-267-8920 for information about these fireplaces, firewood, and other home improvement ideas, or visit their new website at MoranCorporation.com. As always, Moran Corporation continues transforming your property with expert hardscaping.
WOON Woonsocket Radio, ON, AM, and FM.
And welcome back to the Chief Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, and joined as always by Pat Holland. So, all right, Pat, we got the 9-game winning streak before the All-Star break. Then they had 4 days off. Interesting, home run contest. I don't know if you watched the home run derby before.
I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught probably the 2/3 of it.
All right, Jordan Walker of the Cardinals over Schwarber is actually fascinating. They went back to the way they used to do it. Yep. No clock, and I like that. Hey, keep hitting the ball.
Yeah.
So I kind of got sucked in. Contreras did well in the first round with 13 home runs. Had a decent second round. Fell just a little bit short, but
just short. That last he needed that last home run to keep it going.
Exactly. So I got sucked in on it. Not suckered in. Sucked in on it. I found it interesting. American League over the National League 4-0 in the All-Star game. For those that don't know, Contreras was 1 for 1. Rafaela was 0 for 2, and Chapman did pitch 2/3 of an inning with a strikeout. So all 3 Red Sox representatives got in. I'm still outraged if people aren't about Sonny Gray not getting in.
Yeah.
With an 11-1 record and a 2.54 ERA, a 1.1 WHIP. Can you imagine the Cy Young Award winner not being named not only not being named an All-Star, but you got guys that are dropping left and right, being replaced by subs, and not even. And Ranger Suarez got in. And I guess Suarez even said, well, "Why me?"
Yeah.
and then he couldn't make it because he was hurt. How do you just not go to Sonny Gray at that point?
It's a travesty.
It's people will be talking about it for years.
It makes you go like, what? What's going on?
Did he upset somebody? Did somebody mad at him? Like it doesn't make sense. Even if he doesn't get into the game. You announce them. I'm sure there's some sort of bonus in there. Not that these guys need the bonus, but it just doesn't make sense that he wasn't on the team. Right. I've looked at the Globe. I've looked at the Herald. Even they had articles. The mystery deepens, and these guys can't get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of that whole process.
Right.
But even the MVP, I mean, Bellinger got the MVP. I'm like, Vargas, I mean, the kid from the White Sox who's...
Right.
Man, I don't know. It seemed pretty cut and dry that I would have given it to Vargas.
They said they took an extra commercial break
yeah.
while they can continue to discuss who got the MVP of the game. For those that missed it, AL over the NL, 4-0 in the All-Star game as well. Decent game, 3 runs early for the American League. They scratched out another run later on. And I believe the National League only got 3 hits in the whole game, so not exactly an offensive powerhouse. Still the only All-Star game that I guess kind of plays like a regular game. Guys are still throwing in the
Yeah,
90s or whatever. The batters are still trying to get a hit. There's not a lot of bunting or stealing going on, but it still plays like a regular game, unlike the other All-Star games where 200 points for a team in the NBA and the NFL. Right. I think they even played flag last year.
Correct.
So, and hockey, I guess, is second. They got their little tournament.
Yeah, they do like they switch it up, the 3-on-3 or whatever. Yeah, they've done a bunch of, which it's fine. I don't really care.
It's whatever. It's just it's more the getting named an all-star that makes you, kicks in the bonus. It helps you out in contract negotiation time. So it's just a weird one that Sonny Gray did not get put on the team. Of all the players, Contreras, I get that he was added as a sub. That made sense. His numbers are actually fantastic. He's been the most consistent Red Sox hitter all year. Chapman, that's fine. Reliever, doing a good job. Rafaela put up good numbers. Again, he was one of those subs as well. Not voted to the team originally by fans or the coaching staff. Injuries, it may have even been Suarez's injury that put him on. It was a pitcher's injury that put Rafaela on.
I believe it was.
Which didn't make sense if figure a pitcher goes down. But, okay, enough about Sonny Gray. Red Sox, again, riding an 11-game winning streak after a sweep yesterday of the first base Tampa Bay Rays. 15-game winning streaks, their all-time record in 1946. Morgan Magic, for those of you old enough to remember that, 1988. And they also won 11 in a row in 1986. So tied for the third longest winning streak in Red Sox history. All right, Pat, how did it happen? Where did this come from?
Well, I think they've continued to get really solid starting pitching. Right. It starts there, which they've had all along.
Correct.
But now the bats are starting to heat up for whatever reason.
Caleb Durbin. Who was hitting 139 about a month and a half ago is hitting 239 now. I mean, it's ever since they got rid of the drive line.
Right. And these guys, these I call them the plug and play guys, right?
Yeah.
The Chi Cheng, who came up, sure, he's batting .303 in 12 games. Connor Wong's actually playing well from a catching standpoint.
Yes.
And then
hitting way better than I thought.
Anthony Siegler, who I probably realized it, but I didn't realize it really, that he was part of that deal with Milwaukee. So they bring him in now. Obviously, small window, but he's batting .268, 7 doubles. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs in a very short.
Base too,
getting on base. It seems like all these guys are the same. Like, you see Siegler, and I'm like, is that Eaton? Is it Sogar? Like, they all look the same.
Yep.
But, they're getting contribution from everyone. And then now the bats are starting to come along. Contreras, Abreu had 2 yesterday. They hit back-to-back, him and Contreras, so it was 3.
Right.
Yoshida hit a bomb. He almost hit for the cycle.
He did
in that first game.
Triple, yeah.
So they're just,
Yoshida's up.
They're battling.
269. He's been hitting well of late. Just to put out Contreras' number 21 home runs and 62 RBIs, 285 on the year. Other than his upcoming, he served a suspension, didn't he?
Contreras.
Yeah. That's all done. Yeah, game 2.
Game 2 was his first game back.
And then he comes back in a big way. So they survived the Contreras suspension.
Yep.
They survived the 4-game All-Star break. A lot of people talk about momentum in baseball.
Right.
They had a 9-game winning streak all on the road. They have not been a good team at home this year. And now they come home and they take on Tampa Bay, the first place team, and they beat them twice at home. Again, Tampa's still with a 2.5-game lead over the Yankees, so the Yankees probably rooting for the Red Sox this weekend.
I think I saw either a tweet or something from the Yankees, like, thank you Red Sox for for sweeping Tampa.
I mean, the interesting thing is the Red Sox are only 8 games out of first.
True.
So, I mean, it's, Tampa Bay is 16 games over 500. The Sox aren't going to continue winning at 11 in a row. But, again, if they continue to play, 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5, taking those, you can make your leaps and bounds like they have.
And they're consistently getting like great starting pitching. I mean, this kid Jake Bennett.
Oh my God!
Is
Jordan Bennett?
Jake?
Is it
Jake?
Jake?
Jake.
Jordan?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Jake.
Why do they say
Definitely
Jordan?
Jake.
Who's Jordan Bennett?
I don't know. I mean, he's 5-3, 2.35 ERA.
Yes.
53 in 2/3 of an inning. His WHIP is .876.
Yeah.
So he's not walking anybody.
And that's a 0 point.
Yeah.
Just for those that don't know,
And,
WHIP is walks and hits divided by innings pitched. Anything less than 1 is absolutely phenomenal. Anything like less than 1.3 is considered very good.
And by the way, they're doing this without Early's on the DL.
Yep.
Suarez is on the DL. And
don't forget Crochet.
Crochet, who, I mean, I don't know where that stands, but he is,
Yeah. No, he's out for a while. Yeah. He's
on the 60 day. I don't think I think he's just starting to throw now.
Right.
But he's basically, it's like spring training for him. He has to build himself back up.
Right.
So hopefully, he's back in the next month.
Yeah. If you have some thoughts on the Red Sox, give us a call, 401-766-1240. Again, you just look, old school ERAs. You got, Early with a 3.44 ERA, which is always been considered good. And it still is. Peyton Tolley, with an under 500 record, has a 3.11 ERA, a 1.07 WHIP. Not to just keep throwing all these numbers at you, but just to appreciate how good the pitching has been. Bayo's back up. He threw well in relief the other day as well. Moran's pitching well. You mentioned Bennett. It's just incredible what he's done. Chapman was firing last night to get in a save situation. It's
as was this. I think it was Guerrero. This kid Guerrero. He hit 102.
He hit 102, and he's 1-1 with a 2.21 ERA, 1.03 WHIP in 20 innings, has 24 strikeouts. It's amazing that how consistent the pitching has been all year. It's you always wondered, okay, when the bats come alive, is the pitching going to suffer? And the bats have started to wake up. Still not great, but they're doing enough. I mean, they exploded for the 10 runs the other day.
But they had
5 more against
15
Tampa
hits, I think, in the first game yesterday. Yeah. They had eight last night. They did make 2 errors in the second game.
Durbin made one of them, and he's been sure-handed. So that's been the outlier.
And Duran.
And Duran, okay.
Duran's still the one guy that, like I said, it wouldn't surprise if they move off of him. They picked up this outfielder from Detroit,
right?
And then maybe Campbell will get a look, but I don't know.
I mean, I think they're done with Campbell down in Worcester, at least for this year. See if they can get him right again, either in Worcester or in the some winter leagues next year in spring training. The thing with Duran, and I agree with you, I think they're ready to move on from him. The problem is, I don't know of any team that would necessarily want to pick him up, at least for what the Red Sox might be asking for in return. I could see a team saying, "Oh yeah, we could take him. He'll be fine with us. He just needs a change of scenery. He needs to get out of Boston." You see teams, you see players do that. They switch and boom, things turn around for them. But he's hitting 193.
Yeah.
Right now, 256 on base percentage. So he's not even getting on base. He does have 13 home runs. Amazingly, he does have 48 RBIs, which is
but he went on
insane.
he went on a streak. Not a streak.
No,
but
a hotter spell for him this year
for power in May.
Right, and that got him up to.
I think he had 10 through May, and so he's hit 3 since then.
Out to his 13 home runs. But he's not hitting the doubles. He's not hitting and defensively, he's made a few errors, and it is very hard to give outfielders errors. There's so many times I want to give an outfielder an error, and they end up giving them a hit.
So look at Game 2 last night. This is like a perfect scenario, right? Now, Game 2 was, I would call it their throwaway game because they had Rivera coming in to. Right. Rivera started. He went 2 1/3. Weiser came in, finished out the second. Moran gave him 2 innings. Then they bring in Guerrero, Whitlock, Slayton, Chapman, each an inning each with 5 Ks throughout those 4 innings. That's like perfect.
Absolutely.
In all the other starting games, the numbers have been astonishing. If they can get it through 7 innings with their starting pitching, they're like, I don't know exactly what they are, but they have like very few losses.
Right.
That was always the key. If we can get the starting pitcher through 6,
they
typically were winning.
They had a stretch, and it was only because Connolly early came out early with his injury, and I believe it was 16 out of 17 games, and that number may even be better now, where they had quality starts from their starters, and a quality start is defined as 6 innings, 3 runs, unless they've changed that. So they had 16 out of 17 games quality starts. And the only thing that's surprising about Game 2 yesterday, and I was surprised when I saw this, basically a bullpen game coming out of a long break, Game 2, where they didn't use too many pitchers in Game 1. Matter of fact, Tampa Bay used a fielder at the end of the game to pitch. So I was surprised they went with a bullpen game, seeing that most everybody was rested, but hey, they got away with it. And now they can settle back into their regular rotation as well. So let's take a quick break.
Yep.
When we come back, I want to get into we've talked about who the Red Sox might be selling, or what position are they looking for. I got one potential move if they are buyers. I'd like to talk about a name that we brought up in the past that is on the market. So if you have any thoughts on the Red Sox or World Cup or anything else for that matter, give us a call, 401-766-1240. You'll listen to ON Radio here on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
State Line Service and Tire Center services all vehicles, including late model cars and light trucks. Your late model vehicle is a highly sophisticated piece of equipment featuring a network of sensors and switches that monitor engine performance and efficiency. When a problem arises, it's important for your technician to know if your check engine light warning is a real problem or just a sensor computer issue. So be safe and be sure. Don, Kevin, and Sean believe in communicating and explaining. State Line Service and Tire Center, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, at the State Line.
A new garage door can have a major effect on the appearance of your property. When you're ready, call Andy Bebo at Woonsocket Door Sales, in business since 1935. Woonsocket Door Sales installs and repairs all makes of doors and openers, as well as broken springs and cables. Service includes installation and free disposal of the old door. Woonsocket Door Sales, 767-3448. Office located at 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. Reputation is important.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers.
ON Radio.
Extra long note there on the ON Radio there. Okay, welcome back to the Chief Seats with Pat and Kevin here on WOON, Rhode Island's only local sports talk show on Saturday mornings. Thank you for joining us. So, all right, Pat, as we head into the trade deadline, which is about 3 weeks away, I think it's August 7th for the trade deadline, give or take a day or two. I'm not 100% sure, but it's early August. Red Sox buyers or sellers at the trade deadline? What do you think?
I think they'll make some moves.
I think they'll be buyers.
I think they'll. I don't think they're going to make a huge splash. I mean, there's been some rumors about them potentially looking at Lindor and some other stuff. But
it's not all right. So I want them to be a buyer.
Yeah, I think they're going to make some changes.
Whereas I had 2 weeks ago, I had Chapman out of town. For whoever you could get. I wanted an equal trade, obviously, for him, not just give him away because he's still valuable. Well, now, you're right back in it. Actually, you are in it. you're in the playoffs right now. And all right, let's buy. There is a player out there. It's a player whose name I've brought up in the past. He's with the Giants. So Red Sox have some history with the Giants making trades, as you know. And guy is a career .318 hitter, but he's a different type of career .318 hitter. He's a singles hitter. He's Louis Arise. He's a second baseman. He was mostly like a first baseman DH type. He has worked himself into a very good second baseman. I don't always know what WAR means.
I was just going to say, doesn't he have a high WAR?
I can read your mind.
I just
now,
remember this conversation
exactly
somewhere.
He had a bad WAR. WAR is wins above replacement. I don't know how you calculate it. And his WAR had been, up until this year, his last 3 years, was a 0.2, a 0.9, and a 1.4. And the year before 0.2 was a 1.1. He had a couple of years where it was in the 4s. This year it's a 3.1. He wants to be traded. He has been playing a good second base. He is, in 23, he had 203 hits. In 24, he led the league with 200 hits. And in 2025, he also led the league with 181 hits. Again, he wants out of San Francisco. Would San Francisco be interested in a Jarren Duran, in a Christian Campbell? Obviously, you know, you're trying to do equal for equal. Why would San Francisco make that trade? First of all, but would they? This is the guy I want. He's a good second baseman. He's not just nameless and faceless. You went through a bunch of second basemen. It just kind of look the same. They are the same person. I would like to have a nice, steady second baseman in there. This guy can hit. He reminds me of that Boggs type of player with his hits and his average. His on base is a little bit lower than a Boggs, not working as many walks as like a Boggs did, but the guy can hit and he can get on. Your thoughts on a Louis Arise trade? I brought him up before on you.
I don't know. Does he make them better, though?
A 328 batting average this year when you have, 8 guys that are hitting over 500. No one's hitting over 500. You got about 8 or 9 guys that are hitting over 300 league-wide. And he's one of them. And this year he has already 407 plate appearances, 366 at-bats. He's hit 7 triples. He's actually hit 4 home runs. People say he's not a home run hitter. He'll give you 5 to 10 home runs per year. He'll steal a base for you. He's 8 to 10 stolen bases a year as well. And again, playing a good second base. A 318 career hitter with 1,200 almost 1,200 hits. I'm good with that. I think I like him in there. It sounds like a good a 2-hitter. I think they've given Duran enough of a leash. They're bringing in guys that are hitting 139 to cover for Duran. This does not cover your outfield slot, as we mentioned, but does Christian Campbell benefit from a new location? Does Jarren Duran for sure? I think Jarren Duran gets traded, he's going to hit 100 points higher. And go back to that 280 to 300 player he was with Boston, a couple of years ago when he was an All-Star. It's just not working for him here in Boston. He's got the rabbit ears. I think he'd do better in a situation outside of here, I think. And again, Arise says he wants out. I think it would be a real good move for the Sox if they go after him. You might have to throw in somebody else. I'm just dumping Campbell and
yeah, well, they have, the one thing the Sox have is they have a deep prospects, right?
Yeah, they do.
Not that I think you have to give up a huge prospects to make this. if you're going to throw a Durant in the deal, I don't think you have to give him one of your top prospects to get someone in return. I don't know if they take on the salary like Campbell, given that he's essentially a minor league player, unless they had plans for him,
I would think
play.
If the Red Sox and I haven't read or heard anything that the Red Sox are actively shopping around Christian Campbell. However, if they are, I would imagine that they would have to eat some of his salary.
It's a lot harder to move him when he's on a major league deal playing in the minor leagues than it would have been if he was on a rookie deal playing in the minor leagues.
Exactly.
I think Arise is a good player, and I certainly think he would be he'd settle in nicely at second base for the Red Sox and be solid. But who knows? I mean, I've heard the Yankees are interested. I mean, I don't know why anyone would be interested in Duran, given the stats, unless he just needs a change of location.
I can't imagine going to a big market from Boston. Like I would just assume trading him to New York if he has any say. Going to New York, going to Philadelphia, I think would just be a bad move for him. Going out to the NL West or National League, not maybe a big market outside of Philadelphia, I think would be the better move for someone like a Duran. I just got a text, and I'll be honest, I'm not as up on the players as I used to be.
Sure.
And the texter wants the Sox to grab James Wood, an outfielder for the Washington Nationals.
Well, they're not going to get rid of him.
Well, here's the deal.
That's been the rumors that's been discussed. But
why would Washington get rid of him?
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Washington's not going to move on from him. He has 20. He's a leadoff hitter, 23 home runs, 24 home runs.
The thing too, yeah.
Although I think he's not a great. Isn't he the guy who wasn't a great outfielder, but he made like 3 great?
Oh, is that that right fielder?
I think that's him.
He does have a WAR, which actually factors in a lot of the defenses. WAR is 4.1 this year.
Now, is that good or bad?
That is good.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the higher the WAR, the better.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like golf where you go down.
I just
does, like you mentioned.
I'm not an analytics guy.
Yeah, no, neither am I. We had somebody on, Adam Dorowski, who explained what WAR meant. This was a couple of years ago when we started. It sounded all great when he explained it, and I kind of lost it. It was a little bit over my head.
I mean, I get the fundamentals of it. I just don't know how you add it all up to get that number. And
I think it factors in stadiums too and things like that. It's
all
weird. But James Wood, looking him up, does indeed 28 home runs, 66 RBIs, hitting 278 with a 409 on base percentage. However, I ask you this: you're the Washington Nationals. One, I don't think they're necessarily selling either. They are 49-49. They're 8 games out of first. They are indeed in 4th place in a very tough NL East.
He's on a rookie
where 4
deal
to 5 teams
so.
are 500 or better, but they're only 3 games out of the wild card.
Yeah.
So I don't.
You're going to take on a $7 million contract and give up a guy who's on a rookie deal, arbitration eligible?
Yeah, I mean it's a good get. I'm not quite sure why, unless Washington is seeing something in their team that they think that they're sellers.
Which I think that's the case. I mean, I
only
don't
3
know.
out of the wild card. Boy, even if the Sox were only 3 out of the wild card, I'd be skeptical, but they're not out of it. You know, the whole point's to get in, and the Red Sox actually have, the pitching to get in. I don't know much about the Nationals. They do have a run differential of plus 26.
So the biggest thing about the MLB now is, like you said, there's only like 6 or 7 players batting over 300.
Yeah.
There's only like 17 batting over 275. 2 of them are on the Red Sox, by the way. So the league is so. I mean, and it's clearly obvious if you look at the wild card race. Everybody's still in it.
Exactly.
Maybe with the exception of Kansas City and the Angels, right, where they're double digits back, and then you got the Mets. And the Rockies, who are double digit backs, and the Giants. The Giants obviously would be sellers at this point, so I think it would make more sense for that Arise deal to happen than it would for a Woods deal.
Yeah, Giants are 42 and 55, 9.5.
Yeah, the Nationals are the same as you. They're looking to get better.
Exactly.
They're 500, 3 games out of the wild card. We're 500 and we're in the wild card.
In the wild card,
League is the American League.
Right. So it's a battle right now in the wild card. The Cubs, Phillies, and Cardinals have the upper hand, though the Marlins are tied with the Cardinals. But the Pirates are only a game and a half out. The Diamondbacks are 2.5 out. Nationals are sitting there at 3, and the Padres, old friends Xander Bogaerts,
and there's no real consistency in the National League. They're all win a game, win 3. I mean, the biggest streak is 3 games.
Right.
Whereas we're 18-2 in the last 20. By the way. 11 straight, but 18-2, and those 2 games were against Washington.
That's right.
Right? Because
Yes.
I went to one of them, and they got blown out, and then the next game they got blown out.
You had a bad luck charm.
Well, that was the game early got hurt. He left early.
That's right. After 3 and
Left
2.
early. No pun intended.
After 3 1/3 innings, I believe.
Yeah. And they they were in it up to that point, and then it went downhill. And I think it was it Tolley the next day?
Tolley
who pitched okay, but then when he came out of the game, same thing happened.
So they've been limiting Tolley to like 4 or 5 innings, it seems like lately in the last few starts, about 80, 85 pitches or so. Red Sox, again, as they continue on, just jump back to the Sox for a second. At home, 19 and 27.
Yep.
So those are huge wins yesterday. I think they do have the best road record in baseball, but they had one
29
of the
and
worst.
21 on the road.
Yeah, but they had one of the worst home records. I don't know if that's still the case, if they're the worst. Looks like the Athletics are bad, but they don't even have a home.
They've lost 10. They've lost 10 in a row.
Yeah.
By the way.
So again, if you're the Nationals, I'm not quite sure why you're trading James Wood. With them being in it, the great suggestion. Love to grab them. And if you can do it for a Duran, and you want to package some other people and eat like Campbell and eat some contracts, things like that. I'm all for it. Maybe even a Yoshida. I know he's been hitting well. You're gonna have to give them something. If you're going after James Wood, you got to give them something. I don't want to give him Abreu. I don't want to give him Rafaela. I'm not huge on Yoshida, but if they're willing to take him with a package of Duran, okay,
right.
Then you slide somebody else into the DH hole. That's fine. Even a Rise, you'll grab him on another trade. So there's lots of different trades. So all right, let's take our last break. We'll come back. We'll finish up on the Red Sox. Any thoughts that you may have at 401-766-1240. Do want to get into the World Cup a bit, with the final being tomorrow, the third place game being today. So you are here on ON 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, WoonSocketRadio.com. We'll be right back right after this.
Your certified Buick GMC dealer serving drivers throughout Woonsocket and the surrounding areas is Tasca Buick GMC. At Tasca, you'll find a solid selection of new Buick GMC models, as well as a carefully inspected lineup of pre-owned vehicles. They also have a well-connected finance center run by a qualified team of finance experts who can help you get the right loan or lease in a quick, easy, and transparent manner. Tasca Buick GMC, 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Visit TascaBuickGMC.com. Tasca Buick GMC. You will be satisfied.
If you want your yard to be the envy of the neighborhood, then you need to contact Rosato & Sons of Westboro. They've been turning outdoor visions into reality across Massachusetts for more than 37 years. From custom patios, walkways, and outdoor kitchens to low-maintenance water features and landscape lighting. Looking for routine lawn maintenance, irrigation, or seasonal color? Rosato & Sons has you covered. They are a full-service landscaping firm doing it all in-house for unmatched quality and reliability. When you're ready to elevate your outdoor living, visit rosatoandsons.com to request your free estimate. Rosato & Sons of Westboro, where beautiful landscapes aren't an expense, they're an investment.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Seabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week, Michael's has fresh sliced beef round shaved steak for just $7.99 a pound at Michael's Meats. Give them a call, 401-305-5555. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats. You had just mentioned, Pat, off air, that Contreras of the Red Sox does not want to get traded should the Red Sox have become sellers. He didn't necessarily say he wouldn't waive it, but he just said, I want to stay here in Boston. Is that what you were just saying?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, they said essentially he said he would be unlikely to approve any trade, but it made it a point to say, I want to stay in Boston. I like it here. I like playing here.
Yeah. He's got the numbers.
All the right things, right, to say. I mean, you're not going to come out and go like, who wants me?
And you mentioned as well, if the Red Sox were sellers, I would assume other teams, they might have a passing interest in Contreras, but he plays first base. I'm not saying first basemen are a dime a dozen, but there's more of them than others. It's their pitching. or Arias down in Portland that we've talked about. Franklin Arias, I'm sure any team would like to go after him. He's only 20. Not called up to Worcester yet. I thought maybe he would after the All-Star break. He's still in Portland, but that's another story. Good to hear Contreras and producing right away yesterday in a big way. So good to see Abreu also hitting well yesterday as well. Get his power numbers back up. So let's quickly turn our attention. If you have any thoughts on the Red Sox, give us a call, 401-766-1240. But let's turn our attention to the World Cup with the third place game today with England going against France. Can England even get up for that game after basically after the collapse that they had against Argentina? And a couple times now I've compared soccer to hockey to kind of like wrap my head around it. And I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. England's collapse is big as the Maple Leafs collapse in 2013 in Game 7 when it was 4-1 and the Bruins beat them in overtime 5-4.
I don't know. I don't know. That was one of a kind.
One of a kind,
but this, I mean, you score to go up 1-0 in soccer, right? I understand it. There was a lot left in the game still. You immediately make a defensive substitution and go and completely change your formation,
right?
To go 5 in the back, and you play on your heels the rest of the game against a team like Argentina that can essentially and
you get the best player in the game on the field.
Yeah, and you look at
only 1-0.
You look at the they have the graph of like possession and it's like literally as soon as they scored their goal, the whole rest of the game was all momentum was all on Argentina's side because I think the English coach, I think he made a bad decision too soon. I mean, maybe
way too soon.
Maybe you get to the 80th minute and then you go into that that formation. We'll put 5 in the back. We're not looking to score again unless that opportunity presents itself. But to do it in like whatever it was, the 68th minute,
and then Argentina scored the 85th minute, and then
the 92nd.
All right, let's go to the phone lines and welcome to the Cheap Seats.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Is this Moose?
Yes. Good morning,
Kevin. How are you? You soft spoken there for a second. How's it going, Moose?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just kind of popped through the door and caught the last few minutes of the program, so we don't have too much time. But I'd just like to reflect on you know whom.
LeBron James?
No LeBron talk. The LeBron-free zone.
No. Mickey Mouse. That's what. No. The Red Sox, of course.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it? 11 in a row? Third longest in history?
Who are these guys? But they're playing with such vigor and a lot of positive feelings you can see on the field. When you're getting into a winning streak, it's contagious to everybody, and everybody's game goes up a level.
Yep.
And their defense is something that I'm kind of impressed at. They've been flashing some leather lately.
The defense has steadily improved all year, from the beginning of the year to now. They have gotten better. The announcers have even made reference to it as well during the games, how steady their defense has been. And you can see it.
What was that question? Those had a dynamite outfield. They was bouncing around with infielders who suddenly, this Siegel guy, I'm telling you, I think he's found a home here. He's a hustler.
Yeah,
and he's good.
He's doing well. He's doing well. He's got good numbers as well.
He's got speed. He can hit.
Yep.
He's a switch hitter, I think, too, if I'm not mistaken. So they found a second baseman, I think. And for sure, this guy will be in the lineup, I think, every day.
Well, I mean, he's hitting 268. I just made a push for trading for the Giants' Louis Arise. And you got to give up something to get him. And if that's the case, Arise is a good second baseman. He can also DH as well. I'm sure you can do the same thing with Siegler. I agree. Siegler, it's limited numbers, about 80 plate appearances, but he's been doing well, and he has kind of stabilized himself at second base.
Yeah, if you're going into the selling aspect of it, then that's certainly another subject.
Oh no, I don't want to sell. I want to buy. I want Arise. He's a 320 hitter from the
selling or
Giants.
buying.
Yeah, I want to buy. Yeah. I want to get rid of Duran. I want to get rid of Christian Campbell.
Well, see, this is what Ziegler does. He puts pressure on Duran now because of the fact that I don't think you'll ever see Duran in a leadoff spot anymore.
I don't even think you should see him in the lineup.
That's too bad because that should have been that way. But he's not even hitting 200.
No,
but he does. He's still a good outfielder. He still possesses speed. He can burn you one way or another. But their infield is solid now. Now, when Story's about ready to come off the IL very soon.
And put him back on.
You need him. You need him.
I know. No. I don't like him, though.
No, he's a shortstop.
Yeah.
He's a shortstop. In my opinion, Cheng is a very worthy replacement for the time being.
Yeah.
But Story will come back, and Caleb Durbin, he's an A at third base. He's just a wonderful fielder.
It's not what you said in April.
You're coming around on it.
You know what? Everybody was saying that.
I know, myself included.
You jump on a bandwagon when a team's losing.
I was not.
You should know better. You don't do anything or predict anything in April and May.
I know.
Everybody should know, including myself.
But it was hitting like 102.
What's that?
He was hitting like 102 in April. It was tough. It was brutal.
I don't know. He changed something at the plate, which we discussed earlier.
He got rid of the approach the Red Sox were teaching him. He got rid of that and he started hitting.
Yeah. Something's happened, and he's certainly a different hitter.
Yeah, absolutely. A respectable 240 hitter now.
Now, good for them. You only get a couple minutes left, and I'm going to speak like 20 seconds about the soccer game. Okay. I actually watched that soccer game with England and Argentina.
Okay.
I actually watched the whole thing, and I was entertained.
Yes.
I was entertained. But that English coach blew it. They went into this defensive shell.
Yes.
And what are these guys doing? Move the ball up the field, and you'll burn the clock at the same time.
He went to the Joe Mazzulla School of Coaching.
Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
Right?
The Joe Mazzulla of soccer.
Just keep throwing threes up.
You got the best player in the world. Messi's going for a run at Pele as best player ever. You're only down by one. Argentina's only down by one. England, you're only up by 1 goal. If you're up 3-0, go ahead, go into your shell,
right.
but not 1-0.
Yeah, their approach in the last half of the game was just poor.
Yes.
Anyway, look, guys, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Keep going, Sox.
Go Sox. All right. Thanks a lot, Moose. Have a good one.
See you later, guys.
Right,
bye-bye.
The Mighty Moose joining us here on ON. So, yeah, it's all right. We got Moose talking soccer. Pat, you've done something we never thought we'd get anyone to be able to do. We got Moose talking soccer, and I quote, I liked it, or I was entertained by it. Entertained by soccer. You heard it here first, maybe last. Moose enjoying himself during soccer. So, all right. So we talked about England's heartbreaking loss to Argentina. You got Argentina going up against Spain tomorrow at 3. There might be some smoky conditions. I don't see the World Cup changing any venue or any start time. Pat, you're our resident soccer expert. Who wins the game tomorrow, Argentina versus Spain?
As much as I like Messi, I think Spain wins this. They've been so good in the World Cup. They've given up 1 goal. They just, Argentina is good, but they do make mistakes, and Spain will eat you alive.
So the little bit I do know, been trying to follow this along, Argentina has come from behind how many games throughout the whole course? Three at least, yeah. Including obviously against England. So basically, if I'm hearing you right, you don't think Argentina would have the capability to come back against Spain because of how good Spain has been playing, especially defensively, only giving up 1 goal in the tournament. Is that what you're saying? Did I interpret that right?
Yeah, I think Spain just plays a very compact game, and they force you into errors, and then when you make them, that's where they beat you. Really the matchup is Messi versus this young kid Lamine Yamal, who is I think he's like 17, 18 years old. There is a picture of him on the internet Messi holding him as a baby. It was like I don't know the story behind it. I think it's like his father paid to have Messi take a picture with it. I mean, he's literally an infant, and now he's in, and they have Messi quoted as saying, "The photo's incredible. I took a picture with him when he was a baby, and the fact that we're both playing in the World Cup now is pretty crazy." Right?
Incredible. So,
and this kid he's a phenom. He did score a goal the last game that got called back, but it was like whoa.
Oh, is that the goal that would have put him up 3-0?
Yeah.
And it was just barely offside,
and then cut in the middle and put it in the top corner.
Yeah, that was a great goal. I was surprised it was offside.
He's really good. But Spain is just I think top to bottom they are the best. They are the best team.
Yep.
Overall, from front to back. So
you're looking at 2-1, 1-0, and then you want to go out on a limb with a score.
I'm gonna go. It's gonna be 1-0.
1-0. All right. And we got the third place game today. You got England against France. Who do you like in that one for the gold medal?
Well, what I think happens is I think there's a gentleman's handshake that Harry Kane and Mbappe have. That England is going to let Mbappe score 5 goals today, so that he wins the Golden Boot, and Messi kind of can just go right off into the sunset without being named any. No, I'm just kidding. I think France. Wins it. I don't know if England can recover from that game. I mean, it was a tough loss for France too.
Yeah, but France could almost start to recover from the loss while they were playing the game.
Correct. Because they weren't really in the game.
Correct. England is...
which is why I think Spain, I mean, France is they're very good.
Yes.
They're defending World Cup champs, right? And they looked...
Yeah.
They looked very average.
Very average. It looked like USA did against Belgium.
was really nowhere to be found.
Right.
So I think... No, can they do that against Messi? I think Messi will get his touches, but...
Right.
But I think they'll contain him.
All right, so the third place game is today from Miami. The World Cup Finals tomorrow at 3 from basically MetLife Stadium when the Giants and Jets play at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That'll about wrap things up here in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on ON Radio 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, OneSocketRadio.com. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you next week at 9 o'clock. You missed any part of the show, tune in ON Worldwide on the YouTube channel, and you can catch up with everything from the cheap seats. Have a